back. Now, a key demand of the dissenters in the party to constitute the Congress Parliamentary Board has been accepted as a suggestion at the party's big meeting in Rajasthan. The suggestion now needs to be approved by the Congress Working Committee, the highest decision-making body in the party. The Parliamentary Board would replace the Congress Election Committee that decides the candidates for the Lok Sabha and the Assembly elections. To get more details on this, we have Sunil joining us. Sunil, there seems to be a tussle over this in the party.
I think there is a clear divide within the party amongst the dissenters as well as the Gandhi loyalists within the party who feel that the Congress Parliamentary Board is something that is not acceptable. There have been late night deliberations about this entire exercise, and it's in this backdrop that the Congress party will have to take a policy decision. This is definitely a proposal that had come up during the organizational suggestions. And this is something that there is no consensus, especially within the Gandhi loyalists, about setting up a Congress Parliamentary Board, because this will replace the Congress Election Committee and leave that those powers of the president of a party a little bit diminished. And it's in that backdrop that we are not going to see a consensus on that issue. Be that as it may, there is definitely a huge amount of changes that are expected. We have been talking about not only women's quota, about reservation for nearly 50% in terms of scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, women and OBCs in the party, in all posts, below 50 years, between 40 and 50, the youngsters should be represented in the party. And all this is in a time-bound, action-oriented manner. So definitely a huge amount of changes that are taking place, but the key demand of the Congress Parliamentary Board unlikely to go through in the CWC today.
Right, so many changes have been announced. What can we expect today? There's the big question.
Well, there will be two important speeches apart from the adoption of the Udaipur Declaration. One is, of course, the Rahul Gandhi's speech, as well as Sonia Gandhi's speech, which will be very substantial. The other, of course, is the Udaipur Declaration, which I pointed out, which will be, taking a position on alliances, the political part, on the politics of hatred, on the economic part, about resetting and looking ahead in terms of India post-economic liberalization. Ironically, it is the Congress party which had actually set off this entire pace of economic liberalization. Now they want to reset in terms of outlook, in terms of how they want to go about it. And then, of course, a number of changes within the organization in a time-bound manner to represent really the youth of India. Nearly 60% of India's youth are below 40. And that should be reflected in the Congress Working Committee, in the Congress state committees, in the PCC level, at the booth level. This is something that is needed at the grassroots level.